Hey everyone, welcome to the Captain Drone YouTube channel. My name is Steve and this video is all about the brand new Sub250 Nimble65 HD with the DJI O4 camera system in it. So what's really cool about this whoop is that it is a true 65mm FPV whoop with a DJI O4 Lite camera digital system in it, and it runs on a 1S battery. That is going to be the best you're going to see in the year 2025. And what I mean by best is having a whoop that is this tiny with a DJI O4 digital camera that runs on a 1S battery. So let me put this down and I'll put the specs over here and let me tell you all the specs. First off, it is under 250 grams. Second, you can get it with an ELRS receiver, which I have in mine, or you can get it DJI plug and play. Third, it does have the DJI O4 Lite camera system in it, which means you don't have to attach an external camera to it. You can record at 4K 60 frames per second and store that video on board. There's 23 gigs of onboard memory. The brushless motors are 702 at 27,000 kV, so it's got plenty of power. And the props would be your standard HQ branded 3-bladed props. The flight controller is the very proven Red Fox A1 flight controller. Now, since the little guy here has the brand name Nimble65, that means the Nimble stands for it's very nimble in the air, and you can flip this around in the air and go through things, and it does it really well. That means it has to use a very light battery, lightweight battery. So Sub250 recommends the 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery, and if you put this battery in this little guy, it's very nimble. The only negative is your flight time. The DJI O4 camera system really sucks up the power. So with this battery in this drone, you only get 2.5 minutes of flight time. If you want 5 minutes of flight time, you're going to have to put like a 600 or 700 milliamp hour LiPo battery in this. It'll be less nimble, and you'll also have to modify the bottom because the bottom only accepts a little tiny battery that slides in. So you just have to snip the plastic and then you could fit a much larger battery. So for any drone that comes out on the market in the year 2025 that has the DJI O4 Lite system and is powered by a 1S battery, they're all going to have a really short flight time unless you put a larger battery on them. But most people don't care about that because when you have the DJI O4 Lite system, it's a digital signal in the camera, so it looks great in your goggles. It records on board with all that memory, so you get a really good quality image. It has onboard stabilization, and this tiny little antenna will give you a super long range, longer video range that you could possibly imagine. You can go up to like 10 kilometers, but I highly doubt it. But enough about that. Let me show you my indoor flight and my outdoor flight and the unboxing, then back to me and I'll tell you some other really cool things about this guy. So this is going to be the indoor flight of the Nimble65 with the DJI O4 system in it, and I am going to use the recommended battery, which is a 1-cell 300 milliamp hour LiPo battery. Now, because the DJI O4 system uses a lot of power, I don't know how much flight time I'm going to get, so this is going to be interesting. So I'm going to fly this indoors and I'll give you a good estimate of what the flight time is in nice, mild, warm weather. Here we go. I have an ELRS receiver in here. It's ELRS SPI, so you bind it in Betaflight configurators. So I have an ELRS Boxer Crush radio that I'm going to use to control it with. And since the camera in here is digital and DJI O4, I'm going to use my Goggles 3 by DJI Digital. So this should give me a really nice view flying around the house. Let's go. So for this flight, it's already powered on. We have nice little glowy green lights in it. I'm just going to put it on the table behind me. Can you see me over here? Table over here is what this drone is going on, and I'll fly that way. Now, if you're not used to the DJI system, you have to fly fast because it overheats really quickly. All right, so I'm not going to spend too much time here. Put the arm, and let's go. Take it nice and easy the first time around. There we go, going around, going around. So it's a dream to fly, and the image is like really high quality. I can go up and under things. If I want to go through things, there we go. Stay low to the ground this time so I can go through these little gates. Don't want to go too low or I'll hit the ground. Super simple to fly. I've flown this drone so many times when it was in the analog configuration. Now that it's digital, it's amazing. And I just want to take a look at my battery. So I got to take my eyes off where I'm flying. It says 3.7 volts, so that's pretty decent. All right. So I might speed up this video so that I don't have you sit here for hours watching how long it takes to kill the battery, but here we go. My radio says I've flown for a minute, which is nice. I set the radio for 4 minutes. Still going, we're at 3.5 and I'm getting a low battery warning. I don't know if my goggles are recording, but if they are, you can see it in my goggles now. That does not mean I have to land, but if I was far from home, it means, yeah, you might want to come back. So I'm at 3.4, which is okay. And I think it's getting ready to run out of power. We're at 3.4 still. I'll take it up higher so I can fly it faster here. All right.
2 minutes.
3.3. I don't want to go lower than 3.3, so it's at 3.37. Normally, if you go to 3.2, it's going to drop out of the sky, so 3. It's doing well, though. There, I'm at 3.1. All right, so that's enough. I'm going to come back and land it right in front of me over here. Right by my fingers. So it went to 3.27. That's the last thing I saw. So I will put on the screen in front of me how many minutes I was flying for with the recommended battery. So that will tell you that if you're flying indoors, that's your flight time. And if you're flying outdoors, where is this guy? If you're flying outdoors, well then with wind and everything, you might even get a little less flight time. So with the DJI 04 system and a 1S battery, you know, it's kind of hard to get a long flight time. But as technology keeps on advancing, maybe we'll get there one day. Now, if you want to hear how loud this little guy is, it's really quiet. Listen to this. Arm it. And here it is indoors. And I'll stop talking. I'll bring it really close to my mic. Super quiet indeed. Boink. All right, so you can see the trees moving up there with the wind, and I'm going to take the little Nimble65 HD for a flight out here. We need a takeoff and landing spot for the Nimble65, so I'm going to clear this. Actually, this camera can see it. Can you see it in this camera? It's right here. Let's get this flying. Glasses off, goggles on. Let's get it in the right mode.
Flight mode acro.
There we are. See how the battery's doing? 4.19. That's good. All right, here we go. Flying in my backyard in acro mode. Ooh, she's fast. Too fast. Yep, too fast. Let's go out of my backyard. Oh, I'm getting a low battery. It's not good because it could fall out of the sky. It's because of the cold out here. Let's keep it back over here. Oh, it's probably because I was going so fast. Yeah, that's why. So coming back to me, going around me, coming back this way, going up again, and this time, right after the car. Okay, we gotta come back. It's cold out here. It's cold out here. Just want to see how it flew. I'm at 3.4, so we gotta keep it close because it might want to fall out of the sky. It's cold out here. It's not gonna last long. All right, I'll keep it in my backyard. There we are. So you can see it buzz by me here. The low battery is gonna continue going for a little bit. I'll go in between right here. All right, so what am I at now? 3.2. I gotta land. Yeah, it's too cold out here. All right, there we go. It just died on me. And when it dies, the video just freezes up and I can see a big hole in the ground where it crashed. Now, when the Nimble65 crashes in the snow, it's pretty easy to find because it's like watching those old Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons. And you know, when the Coyote would wipe out, he would leave a big imprint. So does the Nimble65. Check this out. Right down here. Do you see it? Big imprint in the snow. A nice outline here. So let's grab this guy out of the snow. There we are. And he's, yeah, full of snow. All right, let's go shake the snow off before it sets itself on fire. Let's get rid of the snow down here. There we go. As good as new, ready to fly again. But I think we want to make sure the snow, which has melted, is not so wet before we fly again. Here we have the box the Nimble65 comes in. You'll notice that the Nimble65 is fully assembled and ready to fly. A set of spare HQ props is included. As well, many other spare parts are provided, such as screws, antenna, shock absorbing mounts, cables, as well as tools such as prop removal tools, such as Allen key, and such as micro Phillips screwdriver tool. A sheet of stickers is also included. Now, if desired, you can change the frame either to replace it due to damage or you want to change the color. Sub250 sells many different colored frames. The same is true for the canopy. If you want to replace it, Sub250 sells many different colored canopies. Now for batteries, you can use any one cell battery as long as you have this battery connector. Or you can buy your batteries off the Sub250 store. Total weight of the Nimble65 is 28 grams. When you add the recommended battery, it brings the weight up to 35 grams. Now you're back to me and I have two versions in my hand. This is the one we're talking about in this video. This is the digital version, and this one over here is the analog version. There's a big difference in price between the two, but they're all using the same components other than the camera and the video transmission system. So you have the same motors on both of these. You have the same flight controller on both of these. You have the same frame on both of these, the same battery on both of these, and for weight-wise, the analog weighs a little bit less than the digital version. Also price-wise, this analog version is $99 US, whereas you jump up to the DJI O4 digital system and you're at $220 US. But what's a really good deal is this. This is the analog version in a ready-to-fly kit. It is called the Nimble65 ready-to-fly kit, and this will soon be on the market. I've done a full review on it, but I'm not allowed to publish the review because the company hasn't released it. But this is really good because this is only around $200 or so US. And with this kit, you get the FPV goggles, you get the drone, you get the radio, you get the batteries, the battery charger, you get everything you need to fly. So hopefully the company releases this, and when they do, you'll see my video on this kit. So I really don't have any negatives. I really love this whoop. It's 65 millimeters. It's a true whoop. It's perfect for freestyle, perfect for doing all sorts of race flying, perfect for indoors, outdoors. It's really good. The only negative is obviously the flight time. You can fix that by putting a larger battery, but then you lose some of that nimble feeling. Also, since it is DJI digital, look at right here. This is everything it is compatible with in the DJI world. So if you get the plug and play version, it is compatible with everything shown here. So I'll put links below the video to the DJI O4 Lite system as well as the analog version. So you go and decide yourself which version you would like. So this brings me to the end of the video. If you have questions on this baby, post your questions below. I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And if you want to see more videos on the DJI O4 system, Lite or Pro, in the year 2025, just subscribe to this channel. But for now, I say thanks for watching this video. Catch you in the next one. Bye!